Hello, welcome to the review. This is my very first video on my new channel, and it's a little bit sad, I think, at least in my opinion. Time Magazine's Athlete of the Year is Kaitlin Clark. I don't know if you know who she is, but she is an amazing female basketball player. Just amazing. She broke tons of records in college year before last. And last year, she started in the WNBA, and I believe she broke a few records there. She was Rookie of the Year. Just an amazing basketball player. She's probably the queen of three-pointers. She can shoot logo threes all day. I mean, check this out.
Some shots.
45 blocks last year. Clark for three. Assists per game. Best assist-to-turnover ratio in her career last season. Clark gets away with a little push. Fall away, buries it.
That was a pretty good team.
That was what made that team so good, you two? Outside Clark again.
Clark off the screen, finds some space, and there's a three. Been ice cold since that first quarter. Clark way outside. You bets. Here's Clark, a good look from three. She got it. Here's Clark off a screen, gets a look, and hits.
Yeah, like I said, she's an amazing ball player, no doubt about it. You can tell she's worked hard all season long, and while she was in college, she was very meek, very classy, never got into any political stuff, but unfortunately the woke mind virus strikes again. In the article, she says, "I want to say that I've earned every single thing. But as a white person, there is privilege." So I'm just going to stop right there. So she wants to say that she's earned everything, which she has. I totally agree with her. But what I'm also getting out of that statement is she's earned it. But, you know, all you other white people out there, you're just privileged, which has just thrown all my feelings about Kaitlin Clark out the door. She goes on to say about it's all about the black players and they built the league. And no, Kaitlin, I'm sorry, but everybody's built the league that's been involved. White, black, managers, coaches, players. You know, everybody's built the league. It's not just one race of people. And it's just ridiculous. And America's sick of it. How do I know that? Look at the election. I truly believe that somebody put her up to this. Maybe she's hoping that she's not going to be abused as much on the court if she comes out and says things like that. So with that said, let me show you some of the abuse on the court. Yeah, check this out. It's pretty brutal.
The hatred and jealousy of WNBA players towards Kaitlin Clark has been clear due to the amount of cheap shots and flagrant fouls she's received so far in her rookie season. The WNBA has had 30 flagrant fouls this season. Doesn't seem like that much, but the issue is that 5 of these 30 flagrant fouls have been committed against Kaitlin Clark. And of the 5 flagrant fouls that have been committed against Clark, 4 of them have been committed by the Chicago Sky. So yeah, 17% of all flagrant fouls in the entire WNBA this season have been committed against one player, and 80% of those flagrant fouls on that player have been committed by one team alone. The defender goes to contest the shot, but her feet land in Kaitlin's landing zone, leading to a flagrant foul call. This play was just like the previous one. The defender landed in the landing zone, which the shooter gets once they land back onto the ground from their jump shot. It almost looks like she was speeding up to walk to the bench just to shoulder bump Clark on the back. This cheap shot didn't result in a flagrant foul, but it was clearly done on purpose to trigger Clark and to send a message. It wasn't dangerous by any means, but it was definitely stupid and petty more than anything. This instance was still a basketball play, but was very egregious. Thomas set a solid screen that nailed Clark to the floor. Thomas nailed Clark in the head and could have been seriously injured on this play. Clark was simply trying to get through a screen set by Alyssa Thomas, but Thomas put her right shoulder and forearm to Clark's neck and face and knocked Kaitlin Clark straight to the ground. Kaitlin was driving to the basket, and while she went to attempt a layup, Angel Reese whacked her again, leading to Clark falling hard to the floor. Was it a basketball play? Yes. But the way that she smacked her that hard right into the face made it seem like the play didn't look too accidental.
Third in the voting last season. Clark, hammer. 3 Sky players coming over.
At this point, the Fever were up by 25 late in the fourth quarter, and Kaitlin was having an incredible game. Clark received the ball at midcourt and was on her way to get an easy layup. Then Diamond DeShields ran at Clark and intentionally sent her flying to the floor with a very intentional shove. It looks like DeShields runs and doesn't even attempt to slow down and just sends her flying to the floor is insane to me.
Here's Clark. Her 29 points gets tripped up.
Here we have Kennedy Carter shoving Clark to the ground solely out of frustration and jealousy. You can see Clark was just waiting the inbounds pass, but Carter runs up to her and knocks her right to the ground for absolutely no reason. I also won't forget to mention this because I don't think many people saw this response to the play. Take a look at Angel Reese on the sideline as soon as Carter knocks Clark to the floor. Angel is clapping, cheering, and celebrating in response to Carter knocking Clark right to the floor.
If she said all this garbage to appease the woke mob, it's not going to work. We all know that if you bend the knee to the woke mob, they won't be happy. No matter what you do, it's never enough. And the worst part of all this is people that watch sports, they watch sports to be entertained and to get away from the politics. They don't want to turn on sports and have a bunch of politics thrown at them. They don't. Americans don't want that. People who watch sports to be entertained don't want that. They just want to watch the game. And I believe that she's going to lose some of her fans over these kinds of remarks. So thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate it. And I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.